Hello, Sam and Diana here with you guys for episode number 17 of Seller Secrets. So today we're going to talk to you about something that's really important, especially if you're planning on selling your home as a for sale by owner and not using a real estate agent. You want to make sure that you find out what your buyer's motivation is. What is the buyer who's buying your house? You got to find that information out in the negotiation.
You know, just like how your motivation is extremely important and you want to keep that confidential,
Right.
It's just as important to know the motivation of the buyer who's purchasing your home. If they're tight on time, you know, if they have to be in a house at a particular time, or they have, unlimited budget, then that'll work for you, right? You want to know those things. So if you're selling the home on your own, then there's certain questions or there's certain ways of finding out why the buyer is looking for a house, right? Or if you're looking for an agent, or if you're working with an agent, then you need to work with an agent that's trained to understand what questions to ask, to understand kind of like the body language or the actions of a buyer, that will help them better understand what the motivation of the buyer is and how much they can push them, right?
That's
to
right.
have
There's
your
a
terms,
science.
your price. Yeah.
Like there's a science that goes behind this negotiation. It's not like the way most people think. Like a lot of the negotiation, it's done in a very basic level. It's like basically they're like messengers or almost like an email where they say, okay, Mr. Buyer, this is, or Mr. or Mrs. Buyer, this is what the seller says, and then they go back and say, okay, this is what the buyer. So they're just messengers. But a good a broker or good real estate agent or negotiator does a lot of negotiating in the background and gets and basically figures out the buyer's weaknesses, the motivation, the real reasons, what's important to the buyer. And it's not like they would have to gather this intelligence through conversations they have with the buyer or the buyer's agent. So it's important for you to understand there's a science that goes behind this, and make sure that the agent you interview or hire to sell your home has a good track record for negotiating, because we've seen a lot of times sellers leave thousands and thousands of dollars on the table because they had a weak negotiation tactic.
Let's go back to that a little bit. Like, selling is an art.
That's right.
A lot of people are messengers. That's easy to do. Anyone can do that, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
They got messenger bots and all these like automated systems now. They can do even a better job than that. But for us, our team, our business model is always educating ourselves. We spend thousands of dollars on coaching and training. We're part of one of the best Craig Proctor coaching system out there that trains the top real estate agents in all of the world, and also Grant Cardone Sales University. So we're big believers of these gurus and learning what the science behind this.
And by the way, like when we say motivation or asking the right questions, no one is tricking anybody. We're trying to find the best common ground for two parties to make both of them happy. Because what buyers are looking for are homes, and what sellers are looking for are buyers. So if we can match those two, then everybody's happy.
And what's important to both sides, then it feels like a win-win transaction. And that's when I think it's important that you have a superior negotiation skills on your side, so you can negotiate from a position of strength.
Yeah.
So we hope you like this video. If you want to see more of these, subscribe and turn on the notification.